Well, hi there, this is DBT, and alright, it's time for another En Tuk micro showcase. And maybe this map looks familiar, maybe the title does too. Yeah, we're revisiting the Prowler, and I'm doing it in the same map that I used like a year ago when I showed it the first time. That's of course just for a little bit of nostalgia, but hey, here we are, just kind of to compare the progress of a year worth of development on the mod. So alright, without further ado, let's have a look at the bad boy of the day. And of course we're talking about the new sprites that of course Abyss Walker, as I mentioned in the previous video, has been working on. In my opinion, these are some fantastic sprites. If you get close to him, you can see more detail on him. And yeah, I wanted to show of course this new sprites, but also some extra or some changes that I did to the behavior of this dude. It's nothing extremely major, but definitely some what would you say, quality of, not quality of life, quality of whatever. That I think it works better than it did before. So alright, let's check it out. As the main behavior of this dude remains very much the same with his main attacks, well, the same attacks, the same main behavior. However, there's a couple of differences in adjustments that some of them were easy, some of them took longer. For example, the first thing is the fact that now when he feels at a comfortable distance of you, he's just gonna be walking around chill and attacking you. However, if you get a bit too close, he will instead run, be that towards you or away from you. So you can see he's at a comfortable distance, he starts walking again. If I get close, he will either teleport or lunge forward towards me or run away from me. It's a little bit of a situation of how the monster is feeling at that point. Now you can also see that the attacks got a little bit of change in the visual department, a little bit of particles here and there to make it look a bit prettier. Nothing major, just enough so that it looks a bit more interesting, and I think it does look pretty cool. Again, I'm trying to give them more particles so that it looks prettier, but at the same time I'm not trying to go completely overboard, so as to not make it another one of those situations where there's so many particles that it performs like garbage. Now, as far as the projectiles, the main projectile pretty much unchanged is this attack, the triple fireballs, I guess. I don't know what kind of plasma balls, whatever they are, that had a little bit of an adjustment, and that is that, you know how there's three? There's the main one in the center and then two to the sides. Those to the side used to be fired at 25 degrees to each side. However, and that was all the time, always 25. However, now it's actually slightly random. Not so random that it's completely unpredictable, but only random enough so that you don't feel as, you know, confident that you will always be able to dodge it if you just take two steps. So again, it's not gonna be the case where all three bolts are gonna be coming almost at the same point or anything. They still have a fair spread, so you can dodge them for sure. But yeah, I just like adding that tiny bit of randomization so as to spice up a little bit the gameplay. Now, another thing that I changed, and this might look like a very, very minor thing, but surprisingly was one of the things that took me the longest, was to make some adjustments to the melee. Actually, you know what, let me kill this dude and we can bring another one over here. Just to show you also a little bit of the death sequence, because why not? Where are you? There you are. Yeah. The other change was the melee on how it works and how he moves. The way it used to be in, you know, if you're familiar with the engine, you will know what I'm talking about, and if you're not, well, I hope I can give you a general idea. In Doom, I don't know if you remember, if you're not familiar with the game, things like the regular pinky, you could usually bait him into doing a melee. Like you get close to him, and as soon as he's doing the melee, you walk away and you dodge the melee attack, right? Obviously, newer games, in order to avoid that, they make it so that the monsters move as they're doing the melee attack. They move towards you as they're doing the melee in order to stay within range, or effective range, I suppose. So that's something that I had already done for this monster before. You can see it in the previous video, or on the previous video of this dude. However, what I'm talking about here that took me a while was to make adjustment to make it look a bit more natural in the movement. Because the way it was before, it was a very linear push towards you. So basically, as soon as you were in range, he would instantly push towards you in... Oh, you're gonna get stuck over there, buddy. A very linear push forward. Now what I've done, and like I said, this took a long time because it was a lot of trial and error, was to make it so that it looks more natural. So... Hold on, let me get close to him. Basically, when you're close enough and he's gonna do the melee, he's actually not gonna instantly push towards you. Instead, it's a little bit more of a bell curve, you know. When you're standing still and you suddenly start moving, you don't accelerate from 0 to 100 right away. There's a little bit of a slow acceleration, then you reach your peak, and then when you are done with the sudden launch, then you're also gonna slow down. That's what I try to do over here, and I don't know if that's easy to notice or noticeable at all, but that's definitely something that I work quite a bit in order to try to get it right. So let's see if we can get it to show. So you can see how he moves, but again, it's not instant acceleration, and it's not just him sliding as if it was an ice rink, as it was in the previous version of this monster. And it's the same with this launch attack. You can see that he comes out of the teleport state, lunging towards you, but he stops when he actually lands. So I know that these are very, very minor things that they look very small, and you're like, DBT, what the hell are you talking about this? This is very uninteresting. But there's definitely a bunch of work that was put into that. And like I said, that's what surprisingly took me the longest to do, because seriously, it was a lot of, does this look right? No, let me adjust it. Okay, let me test it. Does it look right? No, let me adjust it again. So it was a lot of that. Now, for the last thing that I'm going to talk about this dude is well, a very peculiar situation. Some really keen-eyed people, and actually that surprised me and in a way amused me and pleased me, is that some keen-eyed people noticed a bug in the early video of this dude, and that was that when you would use the flame belch on him and he would teleport, he will continue to be burning around as he was in theory teleporting, so you could actually see where he was going, and he would continue to drop armor, and that was a bug. Now that bug has been fixed. Now he only burns as he is in his physical form. As while he's teleporting, that no longer is the case. You can see right there. So yeah, there we go. A little bit of bug fixes too. Like I said, I continue to work on this constantly. Even in things that you have seen in theory, I call it done, I continue to work on it. So I'm gonna say that this is the final version of the monster, but who knows, maybe something else will change over time. Maybe I'll find cooler ways of doing things. But as far as the sprites, yeah, this is the final sprites that you will be seeing in the mod. I hope you like them. I definitely do, and I really think that Abyss Walker is killing it with these sprites. So yeah, there we go. Now, you may have noticed that we're picking up the pace a little bit over here. There was a showcase just last week, there was a showcase now, and there's probably gonna be a showcase next week too. There's a bunch of things that I already have lined up to show you. Of course, some redux of these monsters, but again, I try to show you more than just the sprites, also some of the changes that the monsters continue to get over time. So alright, 7 minutes talking about this dude. Oh, look at that, we just found a bug. You can actually hit this dude while he's teleporting. Alright, I gotta fix that too. Another showcase? Who knows? Alright everybody, I'll take the opportunity as always to chill out my secondary YouTube channel, DBT's Vrooms, where I upload all of the stuff about my racing games. I'm uploading pretty much daily over there. A lot of straight up content without edits, some edited content like the one that was released just today, where I'm doing a series of driving Lamborghinis in different cars, in different games, just because I love that brand. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to watch, so if you want to go there, subscribe, because we need to get a certain threshold in order to get an actual URL name, all that good stuff. So yeah, if you're interested, that's where you'll find it. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying all this stuff. Like I said, more stuff coming soon, and in the meantime, again, see you later. Take care. Bye bye.